Today is 459 days that I come here to share lessons I learned and I'm learning. I hope those lessons support your dreams, your goals, allow you to become the person that you want to become. Today we'll speak about rejection. A lot of times I find that people attach rejection to a failure. But rejection and failure is two different things. Because when someone rejects you, it could be not because you failed, but because other person failed. Because a lot of times when you give an offer to a person, your offer could be the best offer in the market. But that person could not understand that this is the best offer. And they could reject themselves and of course reject your offer. But what happens at that moment? You think in your mind that you were rejected and you failed. But that means that we need to learn how to really see rejection in a better light, because rejection is just a stepping stone towards success. And if you see rejection as a failure, it will be very, very hard to move forward, because every rejection will make you disappointed. But when you try to go forward and seek those rejections, because every single rejection is one step closer to saying yes. So today we'll share 6 things that you potentially could do to reduce fear of rejection. So first one is acknowledge your feelings. So that means if someone rejects you for no reason, of course you need to acknowledge that this is a feeling, this correct feeling. You're not supposed to deny it. Sometimes it's allowed to feel it and then change it to some better feeling. A lot of times, because you have a lot of feelings and those emotions, you have a lot of energy, a lot of emotion. And I always say that when you have a lot of emotion, that emotion and energy, so that means that you need to find a way how you could channel that energy in the positive things. So if you got rejected, maybe able to really have that anger or whatever feeling you have, put somewhere in potentially improving yourself, improving the offer, whatever it is. Then second is practice self-care. Now, practice self-care is about developing yourself, because if you increase your self-confidence, you increase your self-esteem, self-awareness, you understand that rejection is not showing who you are as a person, not showing the business, but you understand that it's just part of life. And when you have that self-confidence, that rejection, it doesn't seem so big. Because rejection is always in the same place. But if you're growing yourself and you become big in self-confidence, in self-awareness, in self-esteem, in self-care, that rejection stays here, but you become much bigger than rejection. So of course you're not afraid of rejection anymore. So of course we need to invest a lot of times in the mindset and the self-care. 3 is seek guidance. A lot of times when people feel rejected, they close themselves. And of course, because people who get closed, a lot of times they try to internalize and think it through. And a lot of times people have a tendency to think bad thoughts. But when you still start to seek guidance and seek that perspective that you're able to get from other people, from mentors who have achieved great things in life, you can get a perspective, different kind of perspective on that rejection, and maybe even to learn something from that and really start looking into the rejection differently. So every single time when you got rejected, you need to seek guidance in a lot of different ways. Maybe you can change something. There's a lot, maybe you're supposed to think about it differently. So that guidance is very, very important into dealing with rejection. Number 4 is learn from the experience. And of course, when you seek guidance, a lot of times you'll be able to learn from that experience. So you're able to reflect, okay, what I did right, what I did wrong, what's working, what's not working, and what I'm supposed to do next. Because if you do exactly the same thing and you get rejected over and over again with your offer, like as a business owner, maybe there's something wrong with the offer. Maybe you're able to pivot or tweak something that offer could be much better. Because a lot of times, even wording, how you word and how you explain your offer could change everything. So that means if you do exactly the same thing over and over, of course nothing will change. But if you improve something, and of course you then start moving from rejection to some kind of success. Number 5 is keep things in perspective. Keep things in perspective. I love this. This is a lot of times people have a wrong perspective on rejection. I love one lady said that rejection is a God protection, because a lot of times is that rejection led to better things. Because if they said yes, that could stuck you in one position that you're not supposed to be there. And that rejection leads you to improve, get better, and then go forward and move forward as a better, stronger person with a better offer, and then you find much better deal, much better person. Like, it doesn't matter, but that the rejection could be a protection from God. Like, and I really love what one lady said, that it's all about perspective, how you see that rejection. Rejection just shows that there's something that you need to improve, something to change, and when you're able to change that, improve that, that means that you're able to move forward. Again, rejection is not a failure. A failure is only when you stop doing something, when you quit. But when rejection is just saying, okay, this is not final product yet, so keep pushing forward, keep moving forward. And number 6, it's like you need to move forward. So that means, of course, you got rejected, you reflected, and you need to push forward. You need to move forward, because, of course, that feeling a lot of times is difficult to overcome, but the faster you overcome, the better. So that means you need to learn what helps you to overcome rejection. So that sometimes when people get rejected, they are thinking about for a week. And then you need to learn how to, in 6 days, and in 5 days, in 4 days, and in 3 days, and in 2 days, and in 1 day. And maybe in the long run, you will be able to deal with that rejection feeling in 1 hour. And you'll go back to work right away. Because the faster you learn how to deal with rejection, how to move forward, the faster you will be able to achieve the things that you want. So again, rejection is part of life, and if you really want to succeed, you will need to accept rejection. Every single person have been rejected, and every single person will have a lot of rejection in lifetime. Because if you want to succeed in life, you need to experience rejection. So get comfortable with that. I hope you will choose to win, and see you tomorrow.